Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be talking about Sentry today because, as you guys know, the Sentry challenge or the echoes of his battle city is going to be coming back here. And of course, people are going to be able to get some stars on him. So that's going to be great. As you guys can kind of see here, I don't really have mine built up other than the fact that we've pushed him to level 64 so that we can T4 his basically his ultimate, right? Or sorry, his passive, excuse me. And that basically allows him to stop all speed, right? Speed bar and speed of each ally can only be reduced by slow, so that means it blocks Emma Frost's passive, and of course as well, like Super Scroll, enemies max health and damage and speed cannot be increased except by positive effects. So this is also really good for characters that make characters stronger. Like, for example, Apocalypse, when he's on the field, he gives everybody more max health. So, and again, this character speed bar cannot be reduced. Villain enemies can also not gain stealth. So I think that's really cool. There's a lot going on here on this character. And do I feel like, he is worth investing in? Absolutely 100%. I just don't have the resources to bring every single character that I want to, but yeah, I mean, he is a battle world character, so obviously in his own right, he has got some pretty good abilities, and it sucks a lot of them is kind of capped behind the Cosmic Crucible front. But having said that, I do use him in Cosmic Crucible, and I want to showcase the fact that he is actually quite the MVP despite only being level 64. Now, if you guys have built him up, you'll also realize that he is quite good in a lot of the current towers. He's usable as well in the Blade Tower. I'll have some footage of that for you guys as well, so you guys can kind of see that he is still kind of plays a little bit of an impact, even despite the fact that I don't have levels on him. And do I plan on bringing him up in the future? Absolutely, 100%. I'm actually hoping that they rework him and put him on a team just like they did with Null. But of course as well, because he was a 2.0 stat character, and because I had a decision between picking, basically I was looking at my tower challenger characters, and I was trying to decide who I want to focus on, because this tower is a month long, and it's good to kind of pivot and decide what characters we can work on, kind of so we may need them in the future, right? We've been trying not to use Blue Marvel and Professor Xavier in both our runs of the last 2 weeks. So hence why, because I'm not using those two characters, we need to use other options besides Professor Xavier and Blue Marvel. And of course as well, if you guys had seen some of my other footage, you guys will know that our boy Jeff was one of the ones I picked here to level up, because between him and Sentry, he's got 3.0 stats. He's got basically a turn 1 cleanse on the safeguard, and then his ultimate also applies trauma and defense down. So I mean, between him and Sentry, I would say he's just slightly above, because of the fact that he isn't locked behind the Cosmic Crucibles, like, the effects, right? Obviously, Jeff is insane in war, but he was also slightly faster. His damage was a little bit better, and he seemed to be better in terms of flexibility for me, at least. Now, having said that, our boy Sentry can definitely for sure get some love here in the future, and I'm interested to see, obviously, if they give diamonds out for him. That may change my tune. And as you guys can see here under my tower challengers, I mean, we don't have that many characters under under level 100, right? Like I think other than like some of these other characters, the Nova and the Moon Girl, that we didn't really build up. Same with Dark Star. There isn't a lot of other characters left. So for sure, I mean, Sentry's on the he's definitely on my my list here as probably the potential's next one. Hulk is another one as well, but we'll have to see here who gets a little bit more on the priority list. But other than that, I'm going to jump into some quick gameplay here from the Cosmic Crucible side of things to show you guys what he did for me in the last run of Cosmic Crucible, and to kind of showcase the fact that even though he's level 64, he still got some wins for us, and tripped up my opponents as well. So I guess TLDR, and you guys can stop watching this video at this point in time if you don't care about the footage, is even if you don't want to bring your Sentry up, bring him up to level 64. Get that amazing passive unlocked, and he's going to be able to do a lot of things for you guys in Cosmic Crucible, whether it's offense or defense. He's going to fit the roles quite well. If you use him on offense, he's basically going to cancel out all the speed. And he basically does what Starjammers does as the entire team. He can do what Quasar and... Or sorry, not Quasar. He can do what Blastar and Thunderstrike together do as a pair. But he does it as a single unit. And he doesn't necessarily need to be leveled up as well. You only got to get him to level 64. Get that passive and boom, you're solid. So anyways, hopefully that is a little bit of my rebuttal there and a waste of your time. But let's quickly jump into the gameplay so you guys can see what I did with Cosmic Crucible. Also, shout out to whoever this is. It was a very close battle. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name because I can't read those characters. But very cool name. And again, very, very close battle. Came down to efficiencies. And obviously, you guys will see here that right down on the defense side of things, yeah, they had to... oh, whoops, wrong team here. Defense here. I had my Brimstone on my Sentry. And if you guys have followed out some of my other videos, you guys will know... yeah, I always use this defense and it always seems to trip people up here. But yeah, I mean, this guy had such a massive Winter Guard team. My goodness gracious, absolutely bonkers. Just destroyed my lineup here. But yeah, that's not the one I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys some of the other ones that I played up against. Specifically the first battle. We went up against another individual here, and again, this completely tripped up my opponent, who basically had a fully maxed out Sentry, and yeah, a very, very good sized team here. Okay, that was weird. Had a little glitch there on the air, so I had to reset. But yeah, you guys will see here that very decently sized Sentry, and I can't look at his exact stats, but his Daemon goes first, which is fine. He's able to double tap us, and then of course as well, our Sentry does his thing, or I guess our Daemon does his thing, right? And yeah, he does his bomb, and like I said, I'm not hoping for an absolute perfect win here. I'm just hoping to trip my opponents up here, and obviously you guys will see here that despite our Sentry being level 64, he is able to get on the other side of the opponent, and then of course as well. I think we eventually do lose this one, but nonetheless, you can see how effective Sentry is, and it did trip up my opponent and cost him the efficiency scores, which is kind of what I was hoping for, right? This whole point of this team isn't to get a perfect one-shot. It's just so it trips people up, and actually, I think it kind of stresses them out because they see that defense team, and it just kind of rattles them a little bit, which kind of puts me in a better position. I'm not heavily into the Cosmic Crucible side of things, but as you can see here, he took several attacks and then he realized yeah, he had to shift up some of his offense, and that's what happened there. So I don't know why the first one kind of glitched out, so apologies there, but yeah, definitely tripped him up here. It wasn't just this one. The next battle I go into as well, my opponent here also had a little trip up. He used the same team, Brimstone, and yeah, I think he quickly realized, I'll hit the play here and see if this one works. But yeah, he was able to figure it out with the Retcon team. And yeah, it looks like it also glitched out as well. Okay, well, I mean, it was working and then it stopped working. So I guess, yeah, the replays are also kind of weird sometimes. But anyways, hopefully you guys can see here that, yeah, he tried to use Brimstone, and I think he underestimated the fact that my Sentry was quite weak, and hence why we were able to trip him up here, because he actually cancels the speed from the other team, and that allowed our Daemon to basically take his first turn. But we can't see that because, yeah, the game's being glitchy. But hopefully you guys are able to see that. Sometimes these efficiency scores is kind of all that matters, right? And of course as well, that can be the deciding factor between a win or a loss. And although he did lose, I wasn't able to clear all his rooms, and hence why we have a 1-win, 1-loss here before the reset. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys are able to see that here. And of course as well, switching gears, this is during my initial run here during the Blade Tower, and I have some other footage of, well, with Sentry, but again, in this case here, this is the first node in the new week here for the Blade Tower number 7. So you guys will see here that, yes, we've got our weak Hulk to take care of some damage for us, and then we've actually got the Galactic members here to kind of bolster up some of these guys, despite the fact that they're under-leveled. And yeah, Sentry does a good job here because even though he gets wiped out and he doesn't really do all that much, it would be nice if he had the ability block, but yeah, we basically, you know, do a little bit of damage there. He dies, which is fine. He goes on the other side, and then he starts doing the work, right? He starts getting a little bit of damage, a little chip in here. I know the damage isn't significant enough that it's worth like, you know, game changing, but he was able to apply the bomb burst charge to Quasar, or excuse me, Quasar. I keep saying Quasar, to Blastar, so that Blastar can kind of get things going for us, right? And then, of course, as well, we can throw Thunderstrike in here, and he's going to give us another bomb burst as well to Blastar, and this is going to allow for him to kind of get that gauge going, and then once we kind of get to his turn and he uses his ult, see, Sentry doing some work here, doing some great work, applying some damage, even though he's already dead, even though he's pretty low weak levels. We're able to get some work in here thanks to his, thanks to the fact that we've got that passive unlocked, right? And of course, as well, his ability to be on the board even after being defeated in battle. So, I mean, am I going to build him up eventually? Probably, most likely. I'm just not a fan that he is a 2.0 stat character. Then they brought out all the Winter Guards and all the other fancy new tunes. And yeah, that's kind of where my stance initially was, and hence why I never really brought him up. But I can't lie to you guys, his passive has been pretty awesome in Cosmic Crucible, especially for tripping up my opponent's defenses, and it's been fun. If you guys want to shake things up a little bit, slap him in somewhere, even if he's level 64, he can help cancel out a lot of things. I also use him quite a bit on offense previously, but I've been very lazy with my Cosmic Crucible and kind of just slap him on defense. So that way, if I forget to do Cosmic Crucible, and it still trips up some of my opponents sometimes, and I still get some wins out of it because of that one room that I play. So other than that, guys, I think that's all I got for this one. Yeah, we were able to get, like I said, if you guys haven't seen my other footage already for the Blade Tower, the 7 to 12 was fairly smooth. I'm going to get some planning here underway here for 13 to 18 and maybe get some footage out for you guys sometime this week as well here. Other than that, always appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much again. And yeah, like I said, if you got your Sentry and you're looking forward to getting him unlocked tomorrow or getting more stars on him, yeah, probably be a good idea to level him up at least to level 64. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.